Okay, so for our first topic
No,
for
no,
the
our name muna,
podcast
our name.
is naming our podcast.
Uh-huh.
So I suggested is the John John podcast, but Franco said the John John
Yeah, 'cause- Dude, what about my name? Kasi
Jonathan Franco Franco
Johnny Franco podcast. Like, come on, that's catchy.
the Jonathan.
Johnny. Yes, Franco. Eating Franco. Yes, no, John.
Never let this guy cook again with the podcast names.
I'll just have the bespoke carbonara. I like their
I'll get a
carbonara.
drink lang.
Same.
I'll get the usual.
Okay, but what if?
Basta something
Let's
catchy.
do Johnny Frankie podcast.
Oh yeah, yeah. Johnny Franco Frankie.
Frankie podcast. Okay, so now that we finally decided on a name, let's move on to our first topic. How are your guys' experience with League of Legends, the game?
But my time playing League is an on-off relationship. It's like I enjoy it, yeah. But of course, as you keep playing the game, it gets stale. Lalo na if you're playing it every day. But even that, I still come back playing the game because it's fun. Ikaw na nga, bro. I
Okay.
can actually. Nah, bro, I'm getting pressure kasi
It's fine, it's fine.
I'm talking to sir.
My experience with League of Legends was very fun because I think compared to others, I had a big friend group. So whenever I played, it would always be a five-man. It was a duo, trio, squads. It was always a five-man. So I could always depend on my friends, especially because they were better than me at that time. One of them was like Diamond. He would always play top lane and he would carry us. So that's why the first time I started playing League, I was playing support lang kasi. Then I was, supporting the ADC, which was my friend. And us two, we were like the best friends of the group. And we would just constantly throw and we would just laugh all the time. Pero our top friend, the guy that's Diamond, he would still find a way to carry us palagi, which was always nice. Kasi we wouldn't throw kasi we're losing. So even if we're having fun, we still keep winning. That's why I really like League of Legends.
Okay, so recently, di ba, nag-arcade yung League of Legends show. So, ano yung thoughts mo dun sa show na yun, Franco?
I'm gonna have to focus on this one. Arcane Season 1 came out on what? 2020, right? 2021. I'm pretty sure it was still the pandemic nun. Like I said, I had a friend group during the pandemic, and I think what they did for the last Arcane season was release it every week. Kasi diba, now in season 2, what they did was release 3 every week instead of 1 every week. That's why I always look forward to the next episode. It took too long to finish it kasi nga, it's 1 episode long per week. At first, we were quite skeptical because League of Legends is Riot is a company known for making games, and now it's branching out into making a show. So we were quite skeptical about it. But when we watched the first episode, we were instantly hooked. The plot was good. We noticed all the characters that we played as, and it was just really hype getting to see their backstories and everything, how they became the characters that we play as. Overall, it was a good experience. For Arcane Season 2, do we talk about Arcane Season 2 na? Okay, sir. Hopefully, you watch Arcane Season 2 na. Spoiler warning if you haven't. Skip to insert timestamp. So, at the first season ended with Jinx getting really angry, using Arcane to shoot her ult into the council. That's her ult, bro. Okay. So that's where season 2 picked off. The wreckage that happened because of Jinx ult, Caitlyn's mom dying, uh, the music video happening, Heavy is the Crown. And we just saw the repercussions that happened with Jinx's actions. But at this time, I was still rooting for Jinx because she's a very likable character compared to the others. I don't like Caitlyn because like Andre said, she's a bitch. Like yes, her mom died, but like look at what happened to Jinx. Her mom died, her dad died, her other dad
Pero,
died, her friends died.
okay, kasi I'm a Jinx hater.
Uh-huh,
Kasi I watched the first season pa lang.
uh-huh.
Mother was so annoying simula pa ng first episode. Kasi, di ba, they went on a heist ng first episode. And then she binato niya sa ocean yung nakuha nila. Kasi in danger siya. So, first impression ko kay Powder, annoying na siya agad. Tapos, sa dulo ng Act 1, maka, sa dulo ng Act 1, di ba makakaalis na sila?
Wait, let me add on to the powder throwing the hex tech in the ocean. Because of course, she's a kid nun. Most kids are gullible and panic in certain situations, lalo na sa stressful situations. So yeah, what Powder did was kind of and she was backed in a corner. Okay, let's debate. Let's debate.
Okay.
Podcast ito
But,
debate.
but, she's 6 years old. She has the mental ability to do
No, she
that.
doesn't.
She has the mental ability
Not
to
even
do
grade
that.
one.
She has the mental ability to run away, bro.
Dude, she's in the forest. Sa dulo ng bridge yun. It's either jump in the ocean or die.
Actually, nasa port sila.
Okay, bro.
Screw you, Franco.
What do you mean? Why not Andre?
And then, he has back to the corner, like you said. Pero instead of, taking a punch or two, she threw it away.
Dude, she's gonna get stabbed. This fucking guy. I'm sorry. Huh?
Nah. Just like Milo said, she should learn how to take a punch or two.
Dude, she was gonna get stabbed. Bro had a knife with that guy.
No, he didn't.
Also, the guy in Zone, because most people are in Zone. I mean, all the people in Zone are like homeless people. They search for valuables and basta money. They crave that. And of course, Powder's thinking the same way. She grew up there. Yeah, she was raised in Zone, knowing that most of the people value valuable items, which she was carrying. So of course, the most rational idea she thought of is to throw it in the ocean for her own safety. Because it's either the hextech the hextech things or her life. So of course, she chose her life. Every person would do that. So that's why I'm a Jinx supporter. I mean Powder.
Okay.
No. Another thing, Philip.
Oh, it's good.
I think what adds more to Powder's character, to Jinx's character, Ren, is that she's flawed. Not everyone is perfect. Because, like, wouldn't the show be too boring if the main character was perfect, if they didn't have any flaws? Then they wouldn't have any conflicts, any challenges. So that's why she had to, have some flaws in her character. Kasi that made the show more interesting.
Okay, but the flaws in that's what makes us human because that's a Because what she did was a normal instinct of humans. Because yeah, from what I said earlier, she grew up there. She knew what people wanted in Zone. So of course, that's the option that she chose. The valuables or her life. And that's a perfectly normal instinct for a person that grew up there.
Next topic.
Okay, moving Powder aside, let's talk about her sister, Violet, or most well known as Vi. What do you guys think of her as not only Powder's sister, but as a character in general?
Uh,
What I think about Vi? First season, siguro, she was she was always driven by emotions. Lagi siya nadadala na anger niya. Kaya siya na lagi napapaaway. Tapos, isa rin yun sa reason ba't siya nakulong. Nahuli siya ng mga Piltover guards. And what I think about her is parang ang weird ng character niya. Hindi siya yung hindi siya yung typical typical sister dynamic na nakikita natin sa mga shows.
Speaking of Vi, let's go on to her girlfriend, or what she likes to call Cupcake, Caitlyn. I mean, I get that her mother died naman. That's why she did all of those things. Kasi, diba, look at what happened to Jinx. When namatay si Silco, she ulted the whole council. So, I think, uh, what they did, both of them, they were both driven by emotion. So, we can't really, like, find fault in that kasi one of their loved ones died. Pero I really think that, cause in one episode kasi, she used the gray in, to harm the civilians in Zon. And that was her, like, mother's life work to keep the gray from, getting breed by the people of Zon. Cause, it's toxic. And, yeah. So that really irked me because her mother spent her whole life dedicating it to, giving the people of Zon a place to breathe, clean air. Tapos she do, she does, she undoes all of that just because she wants to kill Jinx, to find Jinx. Basta, you get what I mean, bro. She went against her mother's principles, all that she ever worked for. And for that, I really dislike her.
So as Philippo say, you're talking about the 3-year cliffhanger from season 1 to season 2 of Arcane. Given that the multiple games that Riot Games was handling at that time, since also an add-on is that it was a pandemic, so they couldn't work in an office, di ba? Wala yung mga offices din. So it's more harder to manage all those games plus work on Arcane at the same time. Also, the other things that Riot was juggling, such as Valorant, the big oh my god,
My only argument for that is like seeing our king's first
it's
season
president.
success. My only problem with them taking 3 years to create Arcane. Well, although the season 2 was really good, and like I know that the time was worth it, I just think they could have put in more effort, seeing as the season 2 success was already guaranteed. They could have been put in a lot more money, and they would still rake in a net profit because of just how successful Arcane was. Plus, they're backed by a big company called Tencent, which basically owns all of China. So I really think that with Riot's wealth and data, they could have made Arcane come earlier and made it better using all of their resources.
What were you talking about? How can you transition of that?
Isn't it sa Garena lang?
What?
Di ba isn't that ano lang, sa Garena servers nun dati?
Bye bye, Lance.
Bye, Lance.
Alright,
Uwi na,
guys.
uwi na
Say
si
bye bye to
Lance.
Johnny Frankie podcast.
Bye bye Johnny Frankie podcast. Uh, I'm s- I'm Lancer Sega and signing out.
I love you, Lance. So, di ba sa Garena server lang yung sila, yun lang yung, kasi Tencent is a Southeast Asian, di ba, na
Yeah, yeah,
company.
yeah.
Isn't they, ano lang, sila lang yung bahala sa Garena servers?
No, no, no. Cause like,
The Big Daddy.
Tencent Loki controls the whole universe. You know, Epic Games, they like own 30% of that, bro. They own 40% of Epic Games. And do you know what Epic Games does? They don't just make Fortnite.
They make
They have Unreal Engine.
yeah they
They
ano.
use that for movies. So Tencent basically yeah, they made that. So they basically control the whole of Hollywood. All Hollywood movies are controlled by Tencent. So just imagine what Riot, a smaller company, definitely Tencent could get a hold of them quite easily.
Hmm.
Have you seen
Okay.
the censored version of Arcane in China?
Yeah. They they made Vi and Caitlyn less obvious.
It's almost like one character at one character in the screen at a time. It's funny.
What scene was that? It was basically like the uncensored version was like Vi leaning on Kitten's shoulder, but in the censored version,
They cropped her out.
I think it's because they censored Vi and Caitlyn's Vi and Caitlyn's relationship because China doesn't promote LGBTQ.
Why? Okay, now we talk about the Chinese government na. We shift
So
into
what
that.
happened in Tiananmen Square?
Okay, so basically, what happened in Chairman Square is... Wait,
Just
let
order
me pull out...
pizza or fries. Come on, bro.
Don't have the ano eh. Don't have the...
What are you down, Philip?
I'm down. Down. Sis.
Okay, bro.
Stop. Hold down.
Uh-huh.
Kano katagal na yung
Okay,
podcast?
so 30 minutes minimum.
No, 5 minutes minimum. 30 minutes maximum. 5 minutes.
Seryoso? This fucking Franco light, bro.
Then let's add a... What away na to? Okay, if you were given a chance to get $1 million, but you would have one disability, which one would you pick?
Not gonna lie, you know the disability, with what's it called, the no pain thing.
Uh huh.
Well, if you where you feel no pain,
Uh huh.
it's actually low key a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because of course you can feel pain, you can force through most physical things in life, but still feeling no pain causes many like basic human needs. Like for example, um you don't know when you're hungry, so you uh like ano yung balik doon ng eat, like uneat,
What
so you
diet?
didn't so you
Starve?
don't eat as much food if you feel no pain, since because you don't know when you're hungry. Also, like common bruises or injuries that might get infected, you don't know that they're there because of course you don't feel it there.
Okay, but like, why would you want that then? Tell me the advantages of why you would want that.
Because I work out.
But like, what if you were like working out, right?
Yeah.
Then you just see your arms dislocated from your shoulders, and you don't notice it because you were focused on working out.
That's post failure. Okay. Of
What
course.
disability would you pick on?
Wait,
Philip.
wait, I wasn't done.
Oh, you weren't done. Okay.
Wait, this fucking guy. Of course, when you're working out, you still feel things. You just don't feel pain. So you'll tell when your arms are giving out.
No,
You
that
just don't
disability,
feel.
you don't feel anything. Not pain lang mismo.
Huh?
That disability, you don't feel
No,
anything.
you still feel like numb. Ano? Of course. Pag masakit yung katawan mo, halimbawa, if you shit too long on the toilet and your feet give out, you don't feel it, but you still, your legs are still numb, so you can't stand up properly. That's the same with working out. Even if you don't feel the pain, your muscles are gonna give out eventually. So it's not like no pain causes you to push yourself into breaking your muscles and bones. You'll still give out before that actually happens. So it's just, yeah.
Okay. We go back to arcade.
No, what's your disability?
Fine. But you, HDD or something, basta ganun. You hyperfixate on things. Dude, if, diba, you need to finish your assignment. Dude, you hyperfixate on your assignment and it's done na in like,
But like, what if you forget to shower because you're too fixated on assignment? What if you forget to eat? What if you forget your girlfriend? What if you forget your friends?
at least I'll become an academic noob from.
Okay,
That's not how
bro.
ADHD works, bro.
Nah, like, touching you.
Because okay,
It's all about HDD, not ADHD.
what's that?
This guy was not listening.
So if you're Echo, would you stay in that timeline where everything was perfect, or would you go back to your own timeline to fix everything in that present timeline?
I haven't watched kasi season 2. So, wait
Answer
lang.
na lang siya, man.
Okay. I don't know what happens to my main timeline kasi I haven't watched season 2 pa. Pero if I was in that position, I wouldn't go back kasi it's the perfect timeline na eh. Why would you go back to fix things when things are already perfect sa timeline na yun? Yun lang. I don't know what happens in season 2 eh. So,
Knowing what I know as a viewer, I would have went back because we saw at the last episode that they only won because of Echo. But if I was really in Echo's place, uh, not as a viewer, I think I would still choose to go back because the person I love is like in that alternate universe and she would need me. And the person that I was in right now, in the alternate version of Echo, he's the real person who's supposed to be enjoying this. I'm just taking over his life. Like imagine what he would feel if he found out that I, took over his like life for so many years. I just think that I would be so devastated by that. What if the echo inside that was able to see what I was doing lang pala? What if he was trapped inside there? Like all those things would pop into my mind and I would be overcome with guilt. So in the end, I would still choose to go back to my original universe because that's where I truly belong.
Most people would agree that you would stay in that timeline where everything was perfect. So, given that situation, we build out.